A sense of entitlement is found everywhere, from the child who expects an A on his report card without the test scores to back it up, to the office worker who wants a promotion despite lackluster performance. Manners are regarded as a relic of the old days. Who hasn't been annoyed by the loudmouth with the cell phone on the commuter train, or shocked when a guest forgets to say thank you? It's not that we don't have plenty to be thankful for. Americans enjoy an unprecedented standard of living. In the last 50 years, the average family has acquired more and fancier cars, better houses, and more stuff. But more doesn't mean happier. The number of Americans who say they are very happy has dropped a bit from 35 to 30%, despite all the getting we've been doing. Americans on average do have more money than they did 50 years ago, but after financial stability's been achieved, more money doesn't equal greater happiness. According to a report in Money magazine, if you make $50,000, you're about twice as likely to say you're very happy as someone who makes less than $20,000. But from $50,000 in income to $90,000, there is virtually no increase in happiness level. 42% of those earning between $50,000 and $89,999 say they are very happy, while 43% of those earning more than $90,000 also rate themselves as very happy. Divorce, suicide, and depression rates, however, do rise. Is there a connection? I'm a collector of quotes and often ask people if they have a line or two that has special meaning. Steve Forbes, scion of the Forbes magazine family, told me that his favorite quote is the one that appears on his editorial page in his family's business publication. With all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Get understanding. How interesting that a man behind a magazine focused on wealth accumulation is really just trying to make sense of our world. I think that's probably what pushed me down the career path I chose. As a television reporter for nearly 3 decades, I've been sharing the stories of ordinary Americans trying to make sense of the situations in which my story subjects have found themselves. It's not always easy. The mother of the brain-damaged accident victim, the family of the teen killed by a drunk driver, the woman battling a life-threatening disease. But I have always marveled that certain people, even in the face of heart-stopping obstacles and the most difficult of circumstances, are able to go forward with smiles on their faces and optimism in their outlooks. As a reporter, you look for the anomaly, the fact that seems a bit off, the story that just doesn't fit. And it didn't make sense to me that over and over again, people in absolutely the worst imaginable situations seemed relentlessly optimistic. They looked for the better day to come and expected it with certainty. How was this possible? In each instance, it ultimately came down to the same answer. They were grateful. In each of their sometimes heartbreaking situations, they had found something for which they could be thankful, because being thankful was a long-held habit. Those Debbie say thank you admonitions from my mom and dad resonated in my memory. Mom was always awfully nice to me when I'd hand to her my birthday thank you notes to mail. Good girl, she'd say, as she'd ruffled my hair. I would bask in the praise, knowing that I was in Mom's good graces for the rest of the day. It was a good place to be. As a child, I spent plenty of time in the doghouse, so I treasured those good days. Frankly, saying thank you, mentally as well as verbally, was probably a better way to go through life than barreling through those days as a crabby old grouch, though I have plenty of those days, too. We all heard it growing up. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. But it wasn't just that other people appreciated hearing me say thank you. I was different. I was better. I just always seemed to feel happier on those days when I actually made a point of savoring the aroma of the coffee vendor's cart as I walked past, or noticing how beautiful the flowers in the garden were. Of course, you have to see the flowers first. Most of us blast through each day virtually unaware of what goes on around us. Think of your daily commute to work. If you're the average American, you spend 24.3 minutes a day.